guys, a glorious day here in the Sierra Nevada. Hopefully the breezes that have kicked up in the last 20 minutes or so don't foul up my audio too much. I think the biggest issue with shooting 45-70 for a lot of folks is probably cost. It's a hell of a round to want to plink with anymore. And in the matter of plinking, do you really want to shoulder the recoil of a 45-70 for plinking? The way that I've mitigated this issue is number one, hand loading. Number two, it eliminates the recoil, particularly when you're using a powder like Trail Boss. Hodgdon's Trail Boss is featured in this video today. Apparently, this has been unobtainium the last few years. Today's session of Get the Lead Out has been provided to us by Missouri Bullet Company that I kind of came across the last few years and have stuck with. This is the number 2 Buffalo at .459 diameter, 300 grain round nose flat point. These bullets have been coated, as you will see up close shortly. I just love Missouri Bullet Company. This is the best stuff. This is a donut powder. I don't know if I'll provide a close-up on this vid or not, but we'll see how post-processing goes. But man, if you can get some Trail Boss, get some Trail Boss if you're shooting 45-70. Stuff is wonderful. Smooth firing, low recoil, just awesome. And here are some of my 300 grain round nose flat point filled with 2.8 cc's of the Trail Boss goodness. They look like lipsticks here, but trust me, they're not lipsticks. This may be a California-based channel, but we don't act like California. Okay guys, short tabletop review of the Marlin 1895G. Those of you who are new to the channel, and certainly those of you who are returning to the channel, understand that I tend to trick out my lever guns. And trick out insofar as to make them very functional. The 1895 that you see before you is wearing modifications on it, some of which were done by me and some of which were performed by the prior owner. This gun originally would have been manufactured in about 2006 based on the serial number that I've run, and it would have had an 18.5-inch barrel. The prior owner very conveniently lopped off 2.5 inches of the barrel from 18.5 to 16 inches, and the crowning job is just fantastic. So kudos to the gunsmith. Some of the add-ons here that we can see readily are the crossbolt safety delete replaced with a saddle ring. It's just fantastic. Can serve as a single point of contact. Got a Hill People gear Hypalon buttstock on that butt there that is superior in my mind to leather. Squared off lever on many of the Marlins, but not always, so indicative of the guide model on the 1895. Up top there, you've got a hooded front sight and then a Skinner dovetail blank aperture storage insert. I think you've seen that on my Winchester if you watched some of the previous videos. And then critically holding that loopholed hog scope onto the rifle is a Skinner Express sight with the scope mount. I'll do some photography of that up close so you guys can see that. But of course, there's an aperture on the very rear there. I'll probably misquote this again, but the apertures I'm running today, I believe, are .07 and .096. Although for this video, I'm just running the scope to kind of keep things simple. Scope is the VX Hog 1-4 power LPVO. Loophole has a funny way of manufacturing awesome scopes for a few years or less and then discontinuing them. And then you're like, what the hey, Loophole? That was an awesome scope, but I can't get it anymore unless it pops up on eBay or something. So a little bizarre. This is about as good as it's going to get for giving you a sense of the sight picture on this VX Hog scope. I'm not even going to try to fuss and give you the variable lens setting at 2, 3, and 4 power. This is 1 power right now. I did not laze this, but we're like, what, 15 yards away maybe from this B27 target. But that's the sight picture through a nice piece of glass. So those of you who've come to lever gun world from especially black gun world, where you're running QD setups with your holographic sights, LPVOs, red dots, and so forth. That was a little bit of my background, and this is many years ago now, but coming over, I wanted to run QD on some of my more premium setups, and I would call this Marlin setup a premium setup. So Skinner Sights came up with their Express system, which is just absolutely wonderful, allowing you to use a setup, a QD setup with their sight system, and that's what you're seeing here today. I'm going to go ahead and close up my caps. I don't know if that's coming out on the camera or not. But you basically twist these off. Oh, just about didn't want to do that here on film, how embarrassing. And they just come right off. And there we go. That's what we're looking at. Sans scope. There you go. Very clean presentation. Try to get some details here on that front sight. That's a brass bead, and I'm not sure if it's coming out. Got that dovetail blank holder here, made by Skinner with either a medium or smaller size aperture in there. It's going to be a .07 or .096, and my apologies, real hard for me to see that and tell on the scene here what size that is. And then that Skinner Express sight, kind of take a look at that there. And this allows for the mounting of the scope and that rear aperture and sort of the sight picture here. And my apologies, it's really hard for me to see right now with the light, and I could probably use a pair of glasses. The knurling here, I hope you can see that on the hammer offset. They just did a really nice job on that. Okay, for you guys returning to the channel, nothing new here. For those folks that are new to the channel, I do my tests on paper targets and AR-500 steel. Today we're using the B27 California CCW approved paper target. Yes, there is CCW in California, believe it or not. And to the left we have the AR-500 steel suspended on the high wild target stand. I'll be shooting today at 25, 50, and 100 yards. Okay, guys, today's firing sequence is going to be from the 25, 50, and 100 yards. In the interest of saving time and saving some of my very precious Trail Boss powder, I'm probably going to do 12 shots today in total. That'll be 2 shots to 2 of the steels that are up, and then 2 shots into the attempted center mass of the B27 paper target. Again, 25, 50, and 100. At issue today with this gun is it's been locked up for quite a while, regrettably. I'm taking it out and pressing it into service cold. I don't know how it's going to perform. Of course, if you're a fan of this channel, performance is not an issue. Demonstration is. I will get to performance later on down the road. Today, in the interest of saving time, etc., rather than shoot it with the steel sights of Skinner, I'm going to run it through the hog scope, the loophole hog. About 3 years ago or so, I'm not clear when I had this out. I'm embarrassed to say that. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. This was a 1 MOA gun, or pretty close to it. This thing was a tack driver out here on this exact range. I don't know how it's going to perform today. However, stick with the channel, subscribe. I'll be taking this out again and doing some very careful analysis with what this thing is capable of, at least out to 100 yards. Today's rounds will be with the 300 grain Missouri Bullet Company cast lead. These stout little chuggers are going to go downrange and hopefully impress upon you how great they are. So let's go. Okay, guys, I'm at the 25-yard mark shooting into the sun. This is going to be 4 shots, 2 into steel, 1 into each steel apiece, and then 2 in the center mass in the B27 target. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. 25 yards. I can live with that. My famous one-hand marking technique. Okay, guys, the first 2 shots I'm very pleased coming in cold on that B27 paper target. I'm going to top off now and put 2 on the steel, hopefully. And we'll see how that goes. Should be it, right? All right. Whoops. I got to get that brass. I can't leave the brass in the grass. I'll never find it again. All right, 2 hits at 25. I'm very pleased. Okay, guys, we'll go up and take a look. I'm running out of battery here. I'm going to have to plug in the inverter in the middle of nowhere. Let's go take a look at these steel plates first. See what happened here. Oh, yeah. So these were fresh, guys. Huge splatter on this right plate there. And yeah, very nice. Look at this, just immediate left of the center point. Just want to make a markation here from the 25, just a little mark, so I don't confuse this from the 50 and the 100. So I just want to do some compares and contrasts. Fundamentally, the difference between Marlin and Winchester, many of you are aware, perhaps some new viewers are not, is this matter of the side eject. This is a true side eject. Like Winchester as well, the dreaded crossbolt safety did appear on these rifles starting, I believe, in the 1980s. Gunsmith, who handled this before I got my hands on it, kindly deleted that nastiness, and it is just absolutely seamless, the work that they did. Once upon a time, there was a crossbolt in here, and they've replaced it with this wonderful saddle ring, which lends a degree of authenticity, and you can actually use this as a single point. So that's pretty cool. This gun does quite nicely eject firmly to the side, and of course, this solid forged receiver with a top on it allows for the mounting of scopes, which I really like. I'll just demo this. Empty shell here. In we go. Probably that shell's expanded a little bit, but you'll see a very solid side ejection. Kind of not that craziness that was demonstrated with the Winchester, where that shell just sort of plops out of the top. Let's try to demo this again. Okay, you guys see that? Once more, maybe we'll do slow motion. Okay, is that cool? Some slow motion action. Okay, and of course, got some science, boys and girls. Flip that open. Let's zero this, turn this on, get it zeroed out. Should be zeroed. This is a much crisper trigger than the Winchester. Hope you guys can catch this. The light is atrocious right now. Let me pull on this here. Can't be right. 1 pound, 9.7 ounces. I don't believe that. Let me zero this out. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let's try that again. Just cock this thing. All right, do it right. Zero it out. See what I get here. 12.8 ounces. Let's zero that out and try that again. 9.5 ounces. 9.5 ounce trigger versus that. What was the Winchester I did the other week? 5 pounds, approximately 4 to 5 pounds. I'm assuming that the Ruger Marlins manufactured today are going to be per spec of the original Jim Marlin Marlins, as you see here. Jim Marlin Marlins. Okay. Okay, 49.9 yards, 50 yards. I'm at the 50-yard mark, losing daylight fast. I'm going to be kneeling on this. Feel real good after the first course of fire. This is very limited, obviously. That was 4 shots, 2 in the paper, 2 on the steel. I'm going to do that again from 50. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys, I may have to stop between each shot to collect my rounds because I don't want to lose them in this grass and thatch. It's unbelievable how fast these shells, or anything for that matter, that get dropped in this, disappear. Got him. Okay, guys, I ran up there to adjust that camera and got a view on those shots. They're very, very tight. Didn't land where I thought they would, but that would just be a necessary adjustment made here. We're going to go for steel right now. I really got a boogie because I'm running out of daylight here big time. These are just all-day events to come up here and put these on, so I hope you enjoy them and they're useful to you. Okay, we're going to go for some steel now. I'm sure you guys heard that. Okay, guys, this video isn't going to feature so much of the crafty editing work and comings and goings and videography that I like to do because I'm just running out of too much daylight. First up, 50 yards. I was able to spy on this earlier when I came up here to fiddle with the camera, and you can see the 25-yard, and here's the 50. So let me pull out my marker and do the one-handed magic. These are just bam. These are kissing each other. One day I'll figure out how to be a solo cameraman, okay? So this is 50. Let's go check out the steel. 4570, 300 grain likes to make itself felt, I guess. So that's right there. And right here, I'm very pleased. Okay. So let me hook this back up and we're going to go make things right at the 100-yard quick before I run out of daylight. Okay, guys, so when I was coming up here today, I put together boxes of stuff to do a 6, 8, 12-hour session up here. Put in my clear lenses. I put them in the case. I got up here, there's no clear lenses in the case. I'm at 100 yards. I'm going to take the shot here with the VX Hog and Pigplex on this loophole. I'm going to be maxed out at 4 power. We'll see how this works out low light. Okay, guys, my last shot of the evening. Clear lenses are gone. I can't see with these dark lenses on, but the way things have been going today, I'm not going to risk it with Murphy's Law is riding me hard right now. So I got to run lenses, but I got a 4 power scope here. So with regards to an earlier discussion on this channel about why we run scopes on lever guns, even though they might not be aesthetically appropriate, well, there's some reasons for that. 2 shots left, going for steel, 100 yards. No, we're not doing that today. We're not playing that game. I had a sight picture flying all over the place. No, I'm not walking away today. I'm getting steel. That's ridiculous. Let me make sure I'm at 4 power. All right, there's one. So it's going to take me 3 attempts here. Is that a stovepipe or what? Okay, guys, last shot of the evening. Let's hope I do this because I'm ready to go home and be done with this. Okay, let's go take a look. Okay, guys, I just got back up to the target here.
and I failed to get a camera on that for those last 2 shots. I can't tell you what the last hour has been like. It's like everything going wrong here is telling me that this day's got to end. But from 100 yards, I fired 3 shots. Bunch of bullseye right there. And then shot here. If I had my clear lenses right now, I'd redo this course of fire at 100 yards because I want to see this steel get smacked. But I can't see crap with these colored lenses on. Hey guys, majority of the filming for this Marlin review occurred on April 20th, 2025. Last 2 hours of the session just went to hell. I try to stay away from potty language, but it happens. It really went down the tubes. Had multiple issues. So I will be reshooting the 100-yard sequence either tomorrow or in the coming days. So appreciate your patience.